Welcome to the Employco HR Chat. I'm Rob Wilson. With me is Jason Eisenhut.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for joining us this week. So, Jason, something we've talked about, but quite some time ago, that we utilize stay interviews. Quite a bit different from exit interviews and from performance reviews.
Something that we really highly recommend all organizations consider and all managers consider. Like you said, unlike exit interviews where you've already lost the person, they're leaving the organization, then you interview them to see, hey, what could we have done differently? Why are you leaving? The point of stay interviews is to kind of get some of that information out of your active employees before they leave, especially if you've got good performers or VIP employees. You're hoping that they stay. Are you asking them questions periodically on what motivates you? And some of the questions that are typically in a stay interview, try and get to that before the person leaves so you can do some of these activities and initiatives to improve your organization or your department to help improve the odds that they will stay.
Yeah, it's a great way to improve your organization because you're interviewing current employees. It's not a performance review. So it's not performance management. It's just having conversation with them, asking them open-ended questions. I'm sure you have some examples of questions that you would ask.
Right. Yeah. Some are what motivates you? What are some things that are frustrating about the organization? What are some things that frustrate you about your role? What could we be doing differently? How would you redesign your position differently? So some of those positions that get at the heart of what could be going wrong with the position or the company that the employee doesn't feel it. Not that we can fix everything, but if there are things that we can fix, it's a good time to learn those.
But also what's working.
Exactly.
So really open-ended questions on both sides. How can we improve? But what do you like about what keeps you here?
Yeah, right.
Which is important to know, especially from a team building standpoint. So I would definitely emphasize listen. Take some notes if you want, but definitely listen to those open-ended questions because the goal is that it should be productive for both you, the manager, as well as the employee.
Yeah, and usually around once a year. Maybe if you want to do it semi-annually, but at least once a year. Sometimes some of these questions are included in a performance review, like what are some projects but we recommend kind of doing these stay interviews separately outside of the performance review. So you schedule a separate time, a nice confidential open space where people both feel like they can be open and transparent and honest. But yeah, in terms of frequency, at least once a year is a good frequency.
Similar to the surveys that Jason and his team does for our clients. When you do the focus groups, you want actionable items, and if you're not going to take action on it, don't do the surveys or the focus groups. Here as well, you want to make sure come away with some actionable items. Take notes and think of what changes can be made, and put those. Make sure that you can implement some of those.
Yeah, and follow up with the employees. Maybe it's a few weeks, maybe it's a month afterwards, but follow up. Hey, here are some things that I heard during the stay interview, and here are some things we're going to be doing differently. You had mentioned this. Unfortunately, we can't do this because A, B, and C, but these three things we are going to do a little bit differently, and we're going to revisit this every few months to see how you're doing with it, how the company's doing with it, and how your kind of performance or feedback is changing as a result.
Right. Yeah. Some great tips. So feel free, if you have any questions, reach out to Jason or myself at hr@employco.com.
We'd love to help.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.